everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
And today we're taking a look at, oh no, Volcano.
Oh no.
This is a mass market game, essentially. It was found at Target. But the designer of it, Phil Walker Harding, has designed many games, from fairly light games, although this may be
His
one of
heaviest?
his lightest.
Oh, the other direction. Got it.
Would you say it's one of his hottest?
No, I would not. This is a 2 to 4 player game in which you're going to climb up a volcano. Here's the thing, though. If I was trying to sell this game, I wouldn't even mention the word volcano to people. I would just say, have you watched Price is Right when you were a child? Or even now, I guess it's still going on.
Yeah, Drew Carey. He's rocking it.
Yeah, Drew Carey. And one of the, well, I should say one of, the most famous Price is Right game is Pachinko, right?
Plinko.
Plinko.
Why am I saying Pachinko?
The most
That's
famous.
a gambling game. Plinko. Plinko is the most famous game probably from there, because everyone just likes the idea of watching the thing come down. It's at carnivals you go to.
Oh, yeah.
It's all over the place. That's what this is, throwing in a volcano theme. I'll show you. So first, let's show how the whole thing gets put together. There is a plastic tray. The top piece and the bottom piece fit together and then are held in place by 2 cardboard pieces on the side with another one in the back. This then fits into the box, and there you go. You have your Pachinko here. Oh no, Volcano. Each player is going to have a board in front of them, and this board, there's a 3 and 4 player game side and a 2 player game side. These are used because players are trying to collect gems. The first person to completely fill their board with the proper gems is the winner of the game. Players will each have their own little draw deck that you'll shuffle, and you'll have a handful of cards. On your turn, you'll either play a card from your hand or you play a gear card. Gear cards are gotten every time you have one of your explorers knocked off the mountain, and you'll store them in these 3 spaces above your board. So you can always discard and play one of those. Whenever you play a card, whether it's a gear card or a card from your deck, it will show you which of your climbers you'll move. So this one, for example, climber A moves 2 spaces, B 3 spaces, C 3 spaces. I can drop a marble in the mountain anywhere I want. This is B moves 2, C moves 2, put up a cover, drop a marble into 5. And as you look at the different cards, they're going to move various climbers, sometimes one of your choice, a certain number of spaces, sometimes put up the boulder blocker, and always dropping a marble. When you move your climbers look like this. They start from the bottom, and you just move from adjacent spot to adjacent spot. If you end in one of these connected tunnels and the other tunnel is open, you can move to that spot. So you can see, as each player has 3 of these, you're trying to move them around the board to get them to different spots. If you end in a spot where it shows a gem, you can see blue gem, blue gem, blue gem, and then here's some red gems, and at the very top, you see the green gems, then you will collect that gem. If you collect one of the green gems at the top, you come off. You won't go on again. These boulder blockers are just simply placed on different spots like this to protect the different people from the balls that fall down. And once all 3 are on the board, if you need to place one, you'll move one instead. Then, of course, there's dropping the balls. There comes with 3 of them because you'll inevitably lose one. But you just drop it down, and if it knocks anybody off, then they have to start all over again, but their person gets to draw a gear card. Oh, I missed A. Let's get him this time. Nope. Ooh, he's sticking on there pretty good. I got him. B is partially protected by that boulder blocker, but I might be able to get him off eventually. Hey, that's the game. The first person to fill their board with gems is the winner. So this is kind of a tough one to review because I think the overview does the job.
Right.
Like, you're not going to look at it and go, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Give me more.
There's a deeper game there.
But, I mean, we can talk about the playing of it. It's actually surprisingly deeper than I would think for like a game in mass market. Like, the game itself is move guys around, drop marbles. But it's, do you want to play this card or this card? How do you want to move the people? Mm-hmm. The equipment cards. It feels like it's an extra step. So if like this would even be good. It says ages 7+. not even a problem, but you feel like you're making strategic choices.
Sure. Yeah, there's definitely that. It's interesting because there's so much toy factor to this, and I think that that's like its big selling point is the toy factor. However, our daughter got a little frustrated because she'd put her little guys up, and they're really tiny. She'd put them up, and sometimes they would fall down, or she'd have trouble like knocking other things over and other things down, trying to put it on. So for it to be a kid's game, I almost wish the pieces were a little bit bigger, where they sat nicer.
I think they sit deliberately not well so that they fall off.
Yes.
If they sat there sturdy, like the boulder blockers, they don't move.
That's correct.
I never worry about them. When I
Yeah.
first put the guys on, I thought, man, they fall off easily. And I thought, oh,
That's why.
they're meant to. The ball needs to just touch them and they fall.
Yeah, because it's not just a for lack of a better term, a headshot that'll knock it off. If it bounces, kind of hits them on the side, they'll fly off of there. They'll bump into each other, and it leads to fun moments. Like it's
does.
made to be precarious in that sense of like, haha, you got knocked over. Your person fell over and knocked over two of my guys. Wait!
Which the rules clearly cover. It's like, they're off.
They're off. That's great. Chaos maximization is kind of what this is about. Some good choices, and I like being able to put the little boulder blockers out there. And you can block off certain spaces. You can block people off from having a nice straight path to a gem space. There's those little things in there that make this a dumb game, yes, but a slightly thoughtful dumb game. You mentioned the equipment card. When you get knocked off, you get a compensation. You get a better card you can play.
You'll have three of those
smooth.
very quickly.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was like, I like that aspect of it, of getting that compensation, because otherwise it just would suck. You're like, oh, I fell down again. I moved 3 spaces. I was so close to that gem. I fell down again.
Yeah, but
it's
I
worth
think
it.
I think it gets lessened. I thought that was a little weaker because you get 3 of those pretty quickly, and then you just keep getting them. And when everyone has special equipment cards, no one does. You know what I mean? They're all they don't let you move the boulder blockers are not on them. That's the main difference.
Oh, they are
They're-
only on the regular
They're
cards.
better movement cards, but it's usually just one, although there's a few with 2 or all 3. It's a funny game to watch. I wonder if it's the smidgest too long,
Okay.
depending on how often people get knocked off. And you have to sit there and go, do I want to push to get that green gem? Because you can just run up and grab the smaller gems pretty quickly, sometimes on turn 1,
Yep,
the
absolutely.
ones at the bottom. The tunnels are a weird feature to the game.
I really appreciate the tunnels. So we missed the tunnel rule the very first time we played.
Oh my, you
And-
just thought they were just there? Like,
Well, I think I'd asked Chris, and he's like, oh, I think it's decoration. I don't know. It just happened. Whatever.
I don't know, I
it
forgot.
happened. It's okay. But it was really hard to get to the top. And that extended the game. So
well,
I
that's
like
true.
the
You are
tunnels.
jumping up. But if someone in a 4-player game, it feels like there's always someone sitting in it.
Sure.
They're just in the way.
Yeah, you're like, I would love to go there. Oh well.
That's how I feel about the lowest gem, because there's a gem that I think you can reach
And like 3
3 or
moves.
4 spaces. So like one card will get you to there, but none of the other gems you can reach in one go without a fancy card. And so I feel the same way. That like I always want to put a block there if I don't need it. Otherwise I want to stand there forever.
Just keep in mind, this is a silly game. That marble, I've had like boulder blockers clearly protecting my guy, and somehow the ball hits him anyway. That happens a lot. At the end of the game, I don't think the best player won, but I don't know that matters either. We just had fun playing.
I would agree with that. Phil Walker Harding tends to have, as a designer, a mentality that I really enjoy. This is on the sillier side of his stuff. It's less, if you look at Sushi Go and you say, oh, that game is so mechanically sound, this one might be technically less. It's more mass market, but this is a great fit for like a big box store like a Target, where you can go and say, $20? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll try this out. You know what I mean? Compared to the other stuff that you can get at those stores for that same price range that have like the goofy, silly art, but just like mean, terrible, rude kind of games, this is lighthearted fun, and it fits for that kind of mold.
So what's your score going to be, Chris?
I'm giving it a 7. I don't think it's mechanically deep. I don't think that it is anything more than it presents itself to be. It is exactly what it is. For me, that's a 7. I like it. I have fun with it.
My score is also a 7, although I'm giving it a 7 kids rating. That scale's a little bit different for me, as in I would not buy this if I did not have children.
I could agree with that.
I mean, I would. Don't get me wrong. I did play with a group of adults at a con, but that's more of a yeah. And then I wasn't like, I can't wait to play it again. If I never played it again, I would be fine. But if my kids asked me to play it, I'd be like, yeah, this is a fun one for us. And that enjoyment, it's not like I'm like, oh, I got to drudgingly play this game. My kids would love this, so that would be a 7.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I think the telltale sign for me was at the end of this, my daughter wasn't like, hey, let's play it again. So I don't think it's quite a 7 for me. But I still think that it's a lot of fun, and I think that toy factor is going to be there, and that's going to draw in a lot of kids. Our daughter plays a lot of games. She's a little bit more advanced, I think, than this age tends to go for. But yeah, you want dumb fun, you want stupid Plinko-ness, cool.
Well, there you go. That's Oh No Volcano. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
Stay cool. Something.